think I got the right mic. Oh, you can hear
Okay.
me? Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Hey.
So you know what I
We
started?
made it happen, Captain.
I actually started the recording like maybe 20 seconds ago.
Uh huh.
Um,
It's okay. You can edit this out.
well, no, it's intentional because I wanted to say,
Oh, okay.
like yesterday, I was trying to do a video recording, and this is at the start of the
The
second
live.
episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was trying to do a video recording. I couldn't. I didn't know how to do like picture in picture or something like that, and
Hmm.
so I started doing a live stream, and then I like had technical issues 10 seconds into the live stream. So I had that yesterday, and we had technical
Bro,
issues right now, not
that
just
was
Raj.
bizarre, though.
Um, but I think you know what this is. It's called being old.
What? It's called. Yeah.
We're not the youths anymore, Raj.
Yeah. We need Jill in here to help us out.
Oh God, no. Dude, they're even less tech savvy.
Not with TikTok.
Yeah. Um,
We're just back now, so everything's okay.
yeah. So what?
Oh, I
so
like your T-shirt.
Oh yeah. So I intentionally wore this.
Yeah, yeah.
So should we just like I'll officially get started and I'll
Yeah.
do a quick
Hit me with the agenda. Yeah, and the intro. What are we
quick
doing?
introduction. So I'll just say we
Sure.
made it to. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to episode 1, and made it to episode 3. And
Yeah.
yesterday's episode, I said I'm not going to do this every day, and I've done 3 episodes in 3 days.
Yeah. You like it then?
Well, no. Well, yeah.
You like it.
It's a mix of. It's just good to chat, right? Like episode 1 was with Chris. Episode 2 with.
I've heard both.
Well,
Good so far.
episode 3 with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing about every episode is I'm doing it pretty, baked. So that's something I'm not hiding as well. But so I will drift a bit.
Sure.
Help me stay on track,
Yeah.
Raj.
Sure.
But I'll start off by just saying, so episode 3 of the AI Dinosaur Chronicles, and I'm the AI dinosaur, right?
Nice to meet you.
But, so I mean, I introduced Chris. I didn't actually personally introduce Chris. I forgot about that, unfortunately. And next time I have to.
I mean, it happened like I feel like I heard the whole thing, right? So the whole thing was an introduction to Chris. I feel like.
Yeah, it was.
Because you took his statement, his candidate statement, and then kind of ran with it, right? So.
Yeah. Oh, you saw it. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It's terrifying and amazing at the same time. The podcasting AIs, bro.
I got some more terrifying and amazing.
All right, I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we got 3 things on the agenda. Well, firstly, let's go back to the shirt, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
Let me introduce Raj. Raj is an old friend.
Don't say old. I'm sensitive to that now.
I would.
Say old young friend.
I would describe him as Obi-Wan. Is the
Oh,
most
stop
fair
it.
name.
Stop it.
He's the wise one.
No. I'm the kid who goes, Master Skywalker, what are we to do?
Oh no.
The little cute kid with his holding his lightsaber. I'm like, oh, kid.
Maybe he survived.
Yeah.
He survived.
Maybe. Yeah.
Damn it! I was gonna do a whole thing when you joined where I was gonna do Jar Jar's voice, but I forgot about that. Clearly,
It's okay.
But okay, so today's agenda, right?
Yeah.
We got 3 things, so I'll just share a little bit with you. So Raj is one of my closest friends, and we've worked together. We are we're part of an interconnected dog parent family.
Mm-hmm.
So he is effectively family, and one of the smartest people I know, and one of the most beautiful minds. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I praise.
we're here to talk about something that connects directly to some of that. But yeah, so that's Raj. Welcome to the probably like 5 people watching.
Hi, everyone.
Eventually.
It could blow up. You don't know. The algorithm has its ways.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
That would terrify me if people started.
Yeah.
That would genuinely. I might not be able to continue. Yeah. So going back right to the agenda for today, and I want to keep us on track. I did not have. I should have had a plan for this because it's not a small little agenda.
There's an agenda. That's a plan.
But we'll say an hour at the most. Right?
Sure.
Is that okay, or do we want to say we'll stop at 11:30?
We can say 11:45. That's fine. And then we can always do like a part 2,
Yeah.
episode 3, part 2, part 3. I know.
We need recurring. We need recurrences. There's going to be
Yeah,
based on what we talk
yeah.
about.
And
There's
and
going to
for
be
our viewers' sake, like Sid and I have had these conversations over years
yeah.
and years. Sometimes while we're gaming,
Oh
sometimes
yeah.
over
Oh yeah.
drinks, sometimes at a party. Like it'll just happen, and it's like if nothing else, this is just a good record
Yeah.
of our very stupid, stupid,
Dude, what if we
but
turn?
weirdly
What if we weirdly turn
existential
into like
conversation.
some popular UAP podcasters, right?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I always like to preface, and Sid is probably also one of the most intelligent people I know, but I like to say, as an idiot, here's my opinion.
Yeah. Yesterday's episode, I made it clear, right? Like my opinions are just my dumb
Yeah,
opinions,
yeah.
and uh, yeah. So going back, my mind loops. Yeah, that's why I wore this T-shirt, Deadpool and
Hmm.
Wolverine. So, dude, I was thinking about it.
Hmm.
Which of us would be Deadpool and which of us would be Wolverine?
I can
I
see you
mean,
being
I
Deadpool,
mean,
but then I can't
listen.
see myself being Wolverine.
No,
So I don't know.
on one hand,
Yeah.
you do look. You have the look. You have the hair. Wolverine always has hair.
Oh yeah, that's true. He has nice hair.
You got that, and you buffness and everything. And
Hair for now.
I do look like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool without the mask. He's bald.
I was just thinking in terms of quips and witticisms.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, sassy witticisms,
Um.
and with
Yeah.
the hint of cynicism
We're both,
and nihilism. Yeah,
we both share that. I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think either of us is like angry like Wolverine,
Like yeah,
like Logan.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's what makes those characters so relatable, right? There's pieces of them that's part of all of us.
Yeah.
Man.
And they listen to NSYNC,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Bye bye.
yeah, yeah,
All right. So at some point we're gonna get to what the agenda for today.
yeah, yeah. What are the agenda items?
So we're gonna start. Raj has seen. He's heard me talk about. I'm starting to try and do something AI related, like learn something AI related, and he's heard about it, but I've not actually sat down and shared what's been going on. So the first thing is we're gonna talk about. By the way, am I coming through clearly?
Perfect. Yeah.
See,
If my Wi-Fi drops out, I'll just shut off my video for a while. Ooh,
I got
look
a
at you,
fancy
Mr.
mic.
Professional.
I gotta like attach the arm, then I can be like one of those poser podcasters. Just watch. I'm totally gonna attach the arm.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that when you brought the mic over, because you have the blur background, it blurs it.
Yeah.
So when it blurs it, it looks like you're holding a giant black dildo. And you're like, here's my mic, and it's just blurred. It's just a very phallic
I
black
love-
object
I
that's
love
blurred out.
that. I love the thought of you thinking that's what I'm about.
Yeah, I'm like, ah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Okay. All right. Do we cover the agenda yet? No.
No, we did.
So,
You said 3 items.
three
Yeah.
items. We're gonna talk about my what have I been doing? What's my journey been like so far?
Yeah.
It'll just be it'll be me sharing that information with you, but it'll also be a bit of an educational thing for anybody, right? Because like I said in yesterday's episode, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is my place in that AI dominated reality, right? I don't know that yet. And also in yesterday's video, I talked about how my chair periodically like sinks, so I gotta stand. I need better equipment. I need people to like fund this thing, right?
Yeah. Patreon.
Yeah. Oh god. At least you didn't say the other thing. And by other thing, I mean OnlyFans.
Only fans, but you'd be selling actual fans.
This is like free speech zone, right?
Yeah.
So I'll share that about my journey. By the way, I clearly I smoked a bit too much.
Nice.
That's in honor of Raj.
Oh,
So we'll talk about just my journey over the last 2 months. We'll also talk about and these two topics will actually blend together. So I'll share some cool things that I have found as I've learned to use Google's latest Gemini model and the new Chinese model that's rivaling OpenAI's model.
hmm
Oh, you haven't heard about that one?
No, I heard about it. This is just a reaction for your audience. You talk about it with Chris too, so I caught it during that.
It's really like it has shocked people. Like prominent people are coming out and questioning whether OpenAI has a business case.
Oh, really?
for
Not
hundreds of
good.
billions of dollars. Well, if they can match their documented spend to train their model has been $6 million, and
Holy shit.
they're
What is
using
what is the data set they're using?
well they're using a data set that they're using essentially the same. So they've not trained the model on the same amount of data
Okay.
as as OpenAI's like latest model,
Mm-hmm.
OpenAI O1.
Mm-hmm.
But they've used some innovative techniques as part of how they've developed the model. So they've
Mm-hmm.
used something called, and I'm not too familiar with both these items, but they've used something called reinforced learning,
Sure.
and I don't even remember the name of the second like technique that they use, and they've used
Sure.
them in innovative ways to I think inference time no, not inference time compute. So they use a technique where they essentially can you train the model on a fixed amount of data.
Mm-hmm.
That model gets smarter, and
Mm-hmm.
then you train the smarter model
Mm-hmm.
on that same data, and it gets smarter, and so that way it actually builds up intelligence pretty fast.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm getting a little too technical.
Sure,
Let me
sure. Yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
about
Let's,
this
let's
as well.
stay at the agenda level for now.
But yeah, they've done some really nifty stuff, man. So
Okay.
well, we'll talk about
With,
that maybe a little bit later again. But yeah,
with
so
just a hint of censorship, right? With
oh
government-based
yeah,
censorship.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very
Just a
interesting. We'll
touch.
definitely talk about that.
A sprinkling, if you will.
Yep,
Yeah.
totally. And it makes you question, right? Like, what level of control? If a state, entity can have a level of control,
Mm-hmm.
what level of control? If they can have a level of control on the perspective and the data and the viewpoint of a large language model, and what
Mm-hmm.
level of control do people like Sam Altman and the other people who are developing these models and keeping them under the hood? Because
Mm-hmm.
they're not open source. What
Mm-hmm.
level of control are they exerting on these models as well, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit. So let's
Sure,
come back to
sure.
that. So, but that topic and so looking at those three, looking at those Google's and DeepSeek, well, that's what this model is called. We'll use them a little bit, and then we'll also move on to talking about our favorite topic, which is UAPs. But it's going to
Mm-hmm.
blend together a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I can
again,
see that.
this is a bit freeform, and I am rambling, but maybe let's get
No, I
started.
like. Yeah.
So I'll talk about my journey, but I'll do it actually by simultaneously demoing this tool that I found, an AI tool.
Okay. Okay.
So um, I just
I'm
switched.
I'm in. I'm fascinated.
I just
What is?
switched. Oh wait, no, I gotta share my screen. Huh.
Is this like an AI? Did you make an AI version of you, Sid?
No,
A true reflection of your ego?
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Okay, that would be really
All
cool. I
right,
was thinking about that today.
all right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I
All
see your
right.
screen. The journey
So
so far.
so yeah. So what this screen is showing is an AI application called Napkin AI. You see this
Okay.
little napkin? So it's called Napkin AI. It's a
Okay.
web application right now. You can actually sign up. They're in beta, so you can sign up for their pro subscription tier for free
Okay.
because it's in beta. Eventually, when it exits beta, I'm sure they'll
I'll charge it.
to keep the pro tier they'll charge. But it's interesting. Right now, you have no idea what this does, right?
Mhm.
You have no idea what this application does.
No,
So
no, no, no.
I'll just tell you. Like, to start off, what I did was I typed a series of like bullets of what are the key milestones over the last 2.5 months. So don't read
Okay.
them right away. Well, I'll
Okay.
do all
Okay.
of that, right? But
I'm distracted.
I
You put
typed
bullets in front of me. I'm gonna read it, man.
I know. So I just typed them out. I put them into Napkin AI. And
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select the text. And you see this lightning icon,
Yeah.
Raj?
Yeah.
Should I push it?
Yeah. Do it.
All right.
Push the button.
Push the button. What's gonna happen?
Ooh, cool little art bugs.
It
Whoa. What?
generates visuals to represent the text that I put in there.
That's cool.
So visuals,
So,
a different bunch of visuals. So you can use it essentially for like PowerPoint presentations really quickly.
how did you find this specific AI?
Um,
Is it
I,
part of Google Suite or is it
no,
something else?
this is an
Okay.
independent small little studio.
Okay. This is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just scrolling through because I had found a specific one earlier, which actually was a really good format. Um,
Hmm.
because so one of the things this thing, oh, I think this is the one. No. So one of the things it does is it uses part of the information, right? So
Hmm.
it has to visually represent the data. So and it also compresses the text. It makes it less text heavy.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So one of the things it did was, even though I listed out 10 milestones as individual milestones, it's most of the visuals only list like 7 or 8.
Okay.
But there's one. Oh, I think this is how I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again because
Sure.
I found a visual that I really like, and then I deleted it because I wanted to do this little demo, and now I'm sad that I lost that visual. But I'm trying to regenerate it basically. So
Yeah. Yeah.
these are slightly different styles. Um, so this has some of them. Um, but anyway, the point of this was actually not to directly read off the visual, because I
Sure.
knew that it was gonna. Oh yeah, and then you can select from different styles.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Like you're done with. You don't need Power or you don't need Visio anymore, or even
Yeah,
PowerPoint.
yeah. Oh, let me try and undo. Oh, there it is. So I just
Ah.
undid it
Okay.
and I went back. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is the visual that I created that I liked
Okay.
because it has a lot more detail.
Okay.
So it's funny, right? Like so you can edit the text and everything on these
Oh,
visuals,
sure. Yeah.
but um, yeah. So this was just a little information sharing about Napkin AI.
Hmm.
But now I'll just talk about my journey, and we're at the 22-minute mark. I'm gonna try and get through it in 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna drift so badly, man.
Just have AI do it, dude.
Yeah, right. I need an avatar of myself, which
Yeah.
we'll get to eventually. But
Yeah.
yeah, so about 2.5 months ago, approximately around Thanksgiving, I had
Hmm.
an idea for a product um, in the AI space, and the way I had that idea was while I was interacting with ChatGPT. And I'm just for context, right? I don't know whether you know this about me, but I've not been like a heavy AI adopter. I use ChatGPT periodically, but beyond that, I haven't like kept up with what's really going on in the field of AI. Like
Hmm.
I know at a high level, I know the key developments, but I don't know a lot of operationally what's going on. So um, I'm not like this was really sort of out of the blue that I was just chatting with ChatGPT. I had smoked up a bit, and you remember I
You
had a
messaged
couple of
me
those
there.
interactions where
Yeah.
I was exploring some scientific concepts of
Hmm.
some out there scientific concepts of beings who could live in like an active galactic
Hmm.
nucleus, or um, the whether consuming a hallucinogenic like ayahuasca,
Hmm.
you know, opens up our perception to different dimensions. Which
Hmm.
both of these could be very interesting topics for us to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, without going into too many details, I ended up at a point where I had an interaction with ChatGPT, and I ended up at a point where I had a product idea. So I it was something that excited me. The idea that I had was something that excited me, and I'll talk about it at some point further down the line. Not right now,
Hmm.
but I decided to all right. Let me try and build on it. So as part of trying to build on it, I started exploring ways to use AI to ideate, to really build on that idea. As I did that, um, I realized that I was interacting with ChatGPT in a very sort of inefficient manner. So I started studying prompt engineering.
Hmm.
And as I was studying prompt engineering, I got a couple of additional ideas, business ideas along the way. Um, so after that, at around that point, right, I was I was interested enough in the field of AI that I started deciding that I needed to really study more. This was all sort of incidental developments that I was interested in ideation, so I started looking at that, and then after that, I started trying to study prompt engineering. But I decided, I think I realized that if I was serious about, actually building something using in the field of I needed to
Hmm.
study it a lot more.
Hmm.
So, you know, after that, it's interesting. I haven't studied, for decades. I haven't truly studied for decades. In one of my other episodes, I've talked about how I've been sort of a IT manager for over a decade now, and yeah, it was interesting starting to learn to study again, um, and that led me just getting structure right and deciding that I needed to learn about AI
Hmm.
forced me to sort of identify what did I need to learn about AI. And as I identified those topics and started to study that, I identified new things that I needed to essentially study in the field of AI. And I've I'll just, off the top of my head, I'll tell you the topics that I'm focused on studying. I'm learning about AI tools and some
Mm.
tools like Napkin AI
Clearly,
and notebooks for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I'm learning about what AI tools are out there that can help with productivity, AI tools that can help with prototyping, AI tools that can help with development, AI tools that can help with deploying software products. I'm
Okay.
learning about all those things, and I'm learning about what's the latest state of the AI race, if you will, which in
Hmm.
itself is fascinating because I'm getting to know about new developments and trying to understand those developments as they happen.
Hmm.
So it's really just broadened um, um, right now, right? It's broadened my perspective in terms of um, what's going on and what are the opportunities and challenges in the field of AI as I sort of go into the future. Um, and that's definitely a topic we could talk some more on. So it was around
So,
that point. I'll just one last thing, but it was
yeah.
around that point, right? Like as I realized that there was so much more going on, and there was so much more to study, and um, studying things like AI tools. I didn't finish that list, right? AI tools, um, compound AI system design,
Hmm.
agentic AI, uh, prompt engineering, prompt tuning, just some basic AI concepts. Um, it was at that point I think I decided I want to do this podcast
Hmm.
because it is partly I'll be sharing some of what I'm learning, but it's also going to be me um, um, getting motivated by the fact that I'm doing this to keep pushing myself to learn more. So I went way over 4.5 minutes. I think 2 minutes
No, that's
over.
okay. My question was: is the goal that you're interested in these tools and AI based development? I think one of the bullet points was like without writing code yourself or writing very less code,
Yep, yep,
and
yep.
then moving into deployment. Is the idea to utilize all this as part of your product idea?
So I'll be honest. I don't know. I'll answer your question. The goal is absolutely, yeah. I want to be able to learn how to build. If I have an idea, I want to be able to. So if I'm able to identify a business opportunity and have an idea of how to address that business opportunity using AI, I want to
Mm-hmm.
be able to be at a point where I have enough information that I can actually go ahead and act on that. Um, because listen, this this podcast is called the AI Dinosaur intentionally, right? Um, I'm a dinosaur in a lot of ways, but the only thing, sort of the asset that I have still is I think I can still. We're analysts, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
going back to what we've been doing for years and years. We can analyze, we can identify problems and analyze those problems and identify needs of those problems. We do that professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if we're able to translate that into doing that for ourselves, right? And you have the AI enables us to
Yeah,
actually act on that. So that's the ideal end
that's great.
you know result. But I'm fine with you know I'm fine if that doesn't happen
Mm-hmm.
because I think in any case I think that I'm developing skills that I have never had before,
Yeah.
which is great. I don't think that's a negative.
Yeah, and even if the time where you utilize these skills is not now, it may be some point in the future. What
Yep.
is it? What does it say? Success is preparedness plus luck, or something like that, or
Oh yeah.
or timing. Like it's luck obviously plays a factor, but just because you're not using something right away doesn't mean whatever you've learned is useless.
Yeah.
Right? So
Um,
it's never. It's like your title says. The journey anyway is probably more important, right?
yeah. See, this is why I invited him. Like I said, maybe I should have used a slightly different word. I should have said poet. That
Oh,
might be
okay,
more.
all right. How dare you, sir? I've been accused of many things, but I've never been accused of being a poet.
I picture you having. That's I don't I. You've never told me this, but at
Hmm.
some level, I think that uh, s- you did like slam poetry or some of that stuff in college. I
I
can
just wore like a vest
yeah
and like a
I
little
can
crooked
imagine
hat,
you doing
fedora.
that, like getting into like poetry battles
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the way.
Not
So
rap battles. I'm not cool enough for that.
well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
No,
mean,
that's
we
great,
we
man.
can yeah.
No, I think what you're doing